morning from Magic Kingdom.
Yay.
So this is our full Magic Kingdom day. So we had a little bit of a fiasco with the bus. Doesn't always happen, but we ended up waiting for 30 minutes for the bus. Usually it takes, especially to Magic Kingdom, it usually takes like 10 minutes at the most, 10 to 15 at the most. But we don't know what happened. All we know is we got here. We did have a fast pass for Haunted Mansion at 9:05. It is now 10:15, so we did miss our Haunted Mansion fast pass, so we already canceled that. So, but that's okay. We rode Haunted Mansion last night. It shouldn't, usually not too hard to get a Haunted Mansion fast pass for every day. So we'll just try to get another one.
Yeah, or we can always stay a little bit late too, and because there's extra magic hours tonight, so you always just stay a little late and wait until then. Or ride during the fireworks.
Yeah, right during the fireworks when nobody else is riding it. So right now we're headed back to Gaston's Tavern. We're going to get some breakfast there. It's probably our favorite place to get breakfast now because they have this cinnamon roll there. It is absolutely delicious and it is huge. It is enormous.
And it's only a snack credit.
Yeah, it is. If you're on the dining plan, you can just use a snack credit for it, which is awesome. So we're going to run back and do that. And then we have a fast pass for Jungle Cruise that starts in about 5 minutes. So we should be able to hit that after we eat our breakfast. So we're going to head over and do that. It's the only problem with getting breakfast at Gaston's Tavern.
In the very back of the park.
It is in the very back of the park. You're going all the way into Fantasyland, which goes straight back behind the castle. And you are then going pretty much all the way to the back of Fantasyland.
Yep.
So you're going past Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you're going past everything.
You're
Going past the carousel behind us there. All the way to the very, I was going to say tippy top, the bippity back, I don't know. The very busy back of the park. So it is quite the jaunt just to get a delicious cinnamon roll. But hey, the cinnamon roll is worth it. So yeah, it's very worth it. So when we said giant cinnamon rolls, we really meant giant cinnamon rolls. Like this thing is up to my last knuckle there. Like this thing is enormous and it's still pretty big. Like it's about the size of your palm. Like these things are very big and Anna and Aiden are already chowing down on it. Yes, they are enormous and delicious. So you should definitely try them. Okay, we had our breakfast. Now it's time to go hop on Jungle Cruise. And after that,
Like right there.
yeah, the sun is right there. And after that, we go and get Aiden a haircut. Because he needs a haircut. And it'll be his first haircut, so he gets like a special pair of Mickey ears and stuff. We'll show you those later. So we might do something in between because Jungle Cruise doesn't take that long, and his appointment isn't for another 2 hours from now. And it won't take us 2 hours to get to Jungle Cruise and ride Jungle Cruise. It won't take us 2 hours. Especially since we have fast passes. So we'll find something to do. One thing we didn't mention is on the way in, we noticed that Anna noticed that there was a cast member with a pin trading sign. So we went over and did some pin trading with her. I started a Epcot pin collection, kind of the Epcot symbols. And then Anna found a Figment pin. And then we went inside, or further towards into the store. And there was a mystery box that you say that you want to pick up out of a mystery box, and they have you pick a number. And you get just a mystery pin out of the box. So we, apparently she found another pin trading board, so we're going to stop there for a second. Every pin trading board we have to stop and at least look at whether or not we actually pin trade on it. So, oh, there's a Figment pin. That explains a lot. So we are going to pin trade on this board, I guess. Okay, so now we got a Figment pin. But yeah, so we ended up trading. We each traded for a mystery pin.
Same thing, like people are walking off the belt.
Anna ended up getting a Ariel pin, so she just put that on her trading pin because it's not one that she wants to keep. I ended up getting a silver Mickey Mouse burger So which is on my trading lanyard because it's not one that I necessarily want to keep. So
So I collect Figment, Oswald, Milwaukee's.
we've been collecting Mickey pins for Aiden.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount. Just we on our first trip we found the what was it, the Emotions collection or something like that. I think that's what it's called.
Or
And-
Expressions.
Expressions, that's what it was. It was Mickey Expressions. We had originally found the Oswald ones, and so that's when she started collecting those. But then we found some Mickey ones that were similar, so we started collecting those.
Yeah, but I don't want to collect a whole lot of Mickeys just because I want him to, when he's a little bit older, to
Yeah.
be able to collect some and pick which ones he likes. So I don't want to get like a huge collection of Mickey going and then
Yeah, so we
he
don't
has
have a
nothing to
huge
collect.
amount of pins for him. We did manage to complete the Expressions collection because there is no telling whether, by the time he can collect it himself, there's no telling whether that set will still be out and available for pin trading, other than like if somebody just happens to have it and trades with you. But the cast members might not have it. So we figured we'd just get that for him. We completed that on our last trip. So we started on the first trip and completed the last trip. So
Yeah, we were only missing one of the set last trip.
yeah, it
so
was like
we
one or two. And
found that one.
yeah. So we're going to head over to Jungle Cruise. We're still in Fantasyland right now.
We're almost out.
We're almost out of Fantasyland. We're going to head over to Adventureland and go take a cruise. Yeah, it is actually really quiet back here right now. This is usually a lot more crowded.
Yeah.
Even at this time of day, it's 10:45, and it's usually
The park's
even.
been open almost 3 hours.
Yeah, the park's been open. It's had extra magic hours at 7, which we were going to do, and then we slept. And then the actual park opened at 8. So it's been open for almost 3 hours now to the general public. And it still isn't actually all that crowded. Which can be chalked up to like Galaxy's Edge opening and people having pushed their vacations for both Galaxy's Edge and to avoid Galaxy's Edge because they thought it was going to be busy and to avoid the hurricane last week.
And maybe
There's a lot of people that push it out a few weeks to avoid the hurricane and to avoid the ensuing humidity that comes afterwards.
And maybe
So.
also because of the creepy country bears.
The creepy country bears. Oh, hey, look, there's Liverlips. Liverlips is out wandering around. Liverlips is fun. The country bears are fun. We were actually wandering through here at one point on our first trip, and actually about where Liverlips is standing now, there was a couple of country bears, I think Big Al and one of the other ones, that was standing there. And we were standing quite a ways away, but Aiden was 3 weeks old, so his itty bitty leg was sticking out. And they saw that and came sprinting over. And Aiden was asleep, and they spent about 15 minutes just kind of playing with his leg and just like talking to us. It was pretty fun. But there's no actual meet and greet for those country bears. They just kind of wander around. Every once in a while, you'll have Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear come out too. They don't. We saw them at the Halloween party last night in the parade. But they will sometimes come out and do there's a random kind of jamboree type thing that they do. There's the tiki room.
After Jungle Cruise.
We can try to do tiki room after Jungle Cruise because we haven't done that before. So there's Jungle Cruise. So let's head on up.
Oh. Parents, please supervise your little ones. Little ones, please supervise your parents. Someone's got to do it. Now begin our journey here in the Amazon rainforest. If you stare into the falls, everyone stare. It inspires you to go. Deeper and deeper into the jungle that is there. Uh-oh. And that is what happens if you leave your tent's unlocked here in the jungle. Yeah, these guys will break in and go ape. Now the good news is I cannot get that Jeep to start this morning, but it looks like they got it to turn over. Yeah, I probably used a monkey wrench.
So what did you think of our skipper?
He was good.
Yeah, I thought he did a decent job. had a little bit of a dead crowd except for me.
I know, everybody was kind of...
Yeah, everybody just kind of sat there and stared at him. I was actually laughing because some of his stuff was pretty funny.
I think, I don't know, I just think maybe like the Jungle Cruise is lost on some of our generation.
Yeah, usually it's a lot of the older generation that are now in like their 40s, 50s, 60s. Like those are the ones that are actually like understanding what they're saying, really.
Yeah,
So
I think that's it. Like I think that the dry humor is kind of lost.
it is very dry humor, and it's just not everybody can understand it.
And I don't mean this like in any like way, but I think it's also hard for somebody who doesn't speak English natively to understand some of it because
Oh yeah, it's hard for a person.
sarcasm that, like doesn't translate over.
Yeah,
very
it's hard for
well.
a person who speaks any language to listen to comedy in another language and understand what's going on because you can't.
So, and
Because
I think that's
comedy is
part-
all about nuance.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it though. Is that particularly like Disney World sees a lot of travelers from like other countries.
There are a lot of international travelers. So yeah, that can also be a big part of it. So
I do think that's part of it.
yeah. So but
So-
now we are going to head over and see what the wait time looks like on the Tiki Room. And if there's not too much of a wait, we will go into the Tiki Room because we haven't done that before. And Anna's been really excited to see it. So, and then later, hopefully, we get to go see the Country Bear Jamboree. That's another one that we haven't seen yet. So hopefully, we get to do that.
Yeah.
So let's go check in on Tiki Room. All right, Tiki Room. Tiki Room's only about a 10-minute wait, so we're gonna go see the Tiki Room. There's a pretty cool waterfall over here. The waterfall. There's some little fire decorations over there, little volcanoes, so that's pretty cool. A waterfall opened up and this goddess came out.
That's almost as much fun as New Year's Eve in the orange groves.
I'm glad we did get him out.
Oh, we can't hear you.
My voice may not be so marvelous, but my profile is out of this world.
Jawohl, but the trouble is, it's not far enough out of this world.
Our magnificent production is yet to come. So strum the guitar and beat the drum. We've been a hit, and we know you adore us, so come.
So we just saw the Tiki Room for the first time. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's pretty cute.
It was cute. I think it's some updating though.
It does need a little updating.
Yeah.
They're all like older animatronics in there.
I was gonna say it's the older animatronics like they make the clicking noises and stuff. So.
Yeah, their beaks are all clickety clickety. Well, and their wings and pretty much everything else is all clickety clickety. So, but it was still cute.
It was,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, now we're going to make our way up to Main Street USA, and we're gonna go into the fire station
Yeah, okay.
to get our Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom cards, and then we're going to find something to do. We still have an hour until Aiden's haircut appointment, so we're gonna find something to do until that point. Yeah. Say hi, little lips.
Yeah, there's a hair on there. Yeah.
It's a good trick that you'll figure out even whether or not you watch any videos about going to Disney World. A lot of the shops in Magic Kingdom are interconnected. So if you need to get out of the heat and need some air conditioning, like we did, you can just hop into one of the shops and you can take it down about 5 shops down and stay in the air conditioning a little longer.
And it's a good way, like if you're down Main Street, to get out of the way of the parade.
Yes, it does help get out of the way of the parade if you're if the parade's going down Main Street at the time. And I hear
The dance party.
the dance party going on again. That was good timing. So yeah, so we'll usually do that on Main Street in order to avoid the like the Festival of Fantasy parade, things like that. And then if the dance parade over here is like coming towards us or going back at the time, we will also use that to get around them. So because we've seen the parades, so we don't always like stop to watch them. So we tend to just walk into the gift shops and just walk along Main Street USA that way. Okay, for anybody doing the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, this is the main entrance here. And then if you come over, would be to the left as you come in. And you come over to this building right over here. This is where Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom starts. This is where you can get more cards. They'll give you the map and things like that. And they'll sometimes have a trading book in there of cards that you can trade, just kind of like the pin trading. Also, they are flying the flag at half-mast for 9/11 today, which I didn't notice as we were coming in. So that's pretty cool.
Stay with me and scan it again. And one more time.
Oh, so we can see what we got. Okay, Quasimodo, Mr. Toad, Lightning's Ka-Chow. I don't know if I have that one. I know I have these ones, but I don't know if I have Flynn Rider's Flying Frying Pan. That's a really difficult one. I have that one. I have that one. And I have that one. There's another one of those. Another one of those. So it looks like possibly that one's new, but all the rest of them are duplicates. Here's one of the fun things about Disney World. They have a brass band. It is very fun. Here's something we haven't done yet, and you cannot come to Disney World without doing this. Taking a video or pictures of the front of the castle. And it's actually not crowded right now out in front of the castle, so we can actually get right up next to it. And normally you can actually, wow! You can actually take this path up and through the castle. Just not right now.
This is going to be so much fun! You're here!
We want a great night on this day.
We're so happy on this day!
Well, I got a little bit of a video of the front of the castle. I'll try again later. That's okay. So, we've got Aiden's first haircut. It's not quite so scraggly. So, doing pretty well. We're only in there for a few minutes. So they just trim it up for you. We get some. We get a special set of Mickey ears to put on him that says "My first haircut." So, it's pretty cute. Now we are headed in. That back there was the Friendship Fair that was starting. We only watched the beginning of it because it starts to get crowded after that, and we don't enjoy standing in a crowd like that.
No, and we've seen it before, so it's not...
We have seen it before, yes.
We're not missing anything by not seeing it.
Yeah. One of these times I'll try to get a video of the whole thing, but
And maybe like you could record it while I go do a ride or something.
yeah. Just to make it a little easier, because Anna doesn't do well in big crowds like that.
No.
If she's moving through the crowd, she's usually okay, but just being in a crowd that's just standing there like watching something doesn't do very good.
Yeah.
So
Once they start packing it around, then I start panicking. So.
yeah, so kind of like you do with this bird right here.
Yeah.
One of the creepy birds. So now we are headed into Frontierland. We're going to go grab some lunch at Pecos Bills. It's one of our favorite places to go here in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some dinner there, and then we got a fast pass for Haunted Mansion at 2 because we missed our fast pass for Haunted Mansion this morning because of the whole bus fiasco. So there was an available fast pass for it at 2. So we are going to go have some food and then go ride Haunted Mansion. Alright, here comes Pecos Bills. It's right here next to Country Bear Jamboree. And right on the way to, you can see Splash Mountain kind of over the corner there. So, but yeah, this is really good food. We've eaten there on both of our last trips, and we just really enjoy it. So, we're gonna go get some food there. So this is kind of the crowd level you can expect when there's a parade going on, because the Festival of Fantasy Parade is going on back behind us over there. They're running up from Frontierland, and they go all the way up past the castle, all the way up Main Street, USA, and then they go away. So this is quite a bit less crowded than it would be if the parade was not going on. So.
And as the parade starts getting past Frontierland, it'll start packing in right here because everybody's going to start going.
Yes, yeah. Then, since the parade starts in Frontierland, that's the first area to clear out. So the end of the parade hits, and everybody's like, all right, well, let's go. And they turn around and go towards Adventureland. And so then this, whereas it's not super bad right now, this will become extremely crowded at that point. So, but we are just on our way through here, taking kind of a back route over to Haunted Mansion, because we could have gotten there going up Frontierland, just straight up from Frontierland and through Liberty Square, but because of the parade we had to come around this way and do kind of a loopy-doo. So coolest floats ever. Alright, so Haunted Mansion went down. So we now have a fast pass that works for anything. So for right now, it will, except for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan's Flight, and Meeting Mickey and Minnie at Town Square Theater. Those are the only things it doesn't work for. But we can use it for Buzz Lightyear, we can use it for Haunted Mansion when it comes back up, we can use it for pretty much anything else. So there is practically no wait for Small World. So we're walking, as you can see, we're walking through the queue for Small World. And it's a 15-minute wait, which essentially means for Small World that it's practically a walk-on. The parade just ended, so it's getting a little longer, so it might actually be 15 minutes. Because as soon as the parade's over, everybody charges.
And because Haunted Mansion is not everybody going in a different direction.
Yeah, so they're sending everybody away. They have it chained off, they're sending everybody to a different attraction. So, we're gonna ride this, and then we're going to see what we want to use our fast pass on, or if we just want to hold on to it and do Haunted Mansion later.
See when it comes back.
Yeah, because sometimes it's down for 10 minutes and then it's fine. Sometimes it's down for 3 hours. So it just kind of depends. But
yeah, it just depends on why it went down.
Yeah. So we'll see. No, we're gonna ride Small World. We were planning on doing that at some point anyway, so might as well do it now. Someday I want somebody to actually like clean this out and take all the coins out of the water of Small World throughout the entire ride, just to see how much money is just sitting at the bottom of this ride in coins, because there are tons of them. There's just so many colors and lights. Looks like we get to walk underneath the castle now, or at least you can get in there, because they still have it blocked off up there at the front. But
Well, no, that's just the gate for the like little performance stage thing.
yeah,
We can walk through the castle.
okay. Yeah, you can walk through the castle as long as they don't have the whole thing blocked off for the
Fantasy Fair.
yeah, the fantasy fair. And then under here at the back, you have, yeah, I thought they had closed off, but we can take a look. They have Cinderella's Royal Table in there. It's a very expensive restaurant, and they have these mosaics of Cinderella. And there's Cinderella running away. And then there is Cinderella with the fairy godmother. So you go through this backwards, and it tells the story backwards. This is the story. This has now become the story of the princess who ran away and lost her shoe in the meantime, and an evil fairy godmother who then cursed her to live a life of servitude to her two evil stepsisters and Lady Tremaine. That makes it a little more of a depressing story. Yeah, if you ask me. There's the Muppets up there.
Bye, everyone.
They just finished their Great Moments of History, but just the American parts. So we are on our way over to the trading post in Frontierland, so that we can do some pin trading. Sometimes they'll have these Sources of Magic Kingdom cards trading book there. So we're gonna go see if we can do some pin trading, maybe play some Sorceress, maybe catch Country Bear Jamboree, depending on the wait time. And the craziest thing happens. We're walking out of the baby care center, and we saw somebody. So Anna was in a mom group with Aiden for a while, up until just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so almost a year.
So yeah, she's been in that group for almost a year. And as we're walking out of the baby care center, we run into somebody who also was going to that mom group back home.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't seen her in a while because she went back to work. So, yeah, I just haven't seen her in.
Yeah, so it was just kind of strange to just happen to run into somebody from Colorado that we know. So, yeah, so let's go take a look inside Frontier Trading Post. We're like right in front of it, so let's go take a look and see what we can see. So did Country Bear Jamboree. That was pretty cute. This is a short little 10-minute show. Again, animatronics are outdated because that's been here pretty much since the park opened. Actually, I think it has been here since the park opened.
It's one of the, I think it's one of the
It's one of the original attractions, I think. I'd have to look that up to be sure. But it was cool. I liked it. And then we went out and we had fast pass. I had a fast pass for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and she had a fast pass for is that the Journey of the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, Journey Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid.
Journey Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid. So they went on that one, while I went on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because she doesn't care for it. She doesn't think Seven Dwarfs is very fun.
No.
Especially for the fact that it normally has like an hour and a half to 2 hour wait time or more. And I would agree. It's an enjoyable coaster, but it's not worth that much of a wait time. It also is actually weirdly better if you are in the front. I was kind of, I think, the second car back from the front this time, second or third car, and it was actually really enjoyable. Anna was in the back when she rode it, and Jess and Caleb, when we talked to them, they were in the back. They've ridden it, I think, in the back and the front, and they have said that the front is actually really better, which is usually the other way around. But although, as we were riding, we got to the top of the hill, we went through the mine, get to the top of the hill with the door singing hi-ho, and our train got stuck for not very long. I mean, we were there for like maybe 15 seconds, but we got stuck, so that was fun. It sat there for a little bit, and then you hear a little announcement of one of the doors coming on. It's just like, oh, we're getting it fixed up right quick. That's actually pretty much what he said. And then a few seconds later, it was like, all right, we're ready to go. And then they sent us over the hill. So, but it's still a fairly enjoyable ride for me. It seems like Haunted Mansion should be back up and running. It was when we walked by it a little bit ago. So we're gonna go try to use our fast pass on that, and then we're going to make an Epcot run to check in for our pass holder stuff, and then we will come back and kind of hang out. So
Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis.
And begin to vocalize when we go from the social.
yeah, so you won't be able to see much of that because Haunted Mansion is very dark. So I'll put in a little bit of it in the parts that you can see. Now we're going to get a, what was it called?
The Red's Revenge float. Did you want to go into Memento Mori?
Red's Revenge float. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go into Memento Mori for a second, and then we're going to go get Anna a Red's Revenge float. So we got a Red's Revenge. I'm going to turn it around so we can see the pirate hat. There's a chocolate pirate hat, strawberry Dole Whip, and strawberry Fanta. So we're going to see how that is. I got a Famosa, which should be coming out here in a little bit.
Already melting.
Yeah, and she's already like taking a bite out of it because it's already melting. Here, you want this?
Here you are.
Thank
Hope you have a great rest of your day.
You
Thank
too.
you.
And that is a Famosa. So we are on our way out of Magic Kingdom. We're going to make our run over to Epcot and check in. Maybe hang out over there for a little bit before coming back. We didn't get to see the retiring of the flag. That was pretty cool. But the band played a John Philip Sousa march. I don't remember the exact one. I know I played it in high school, but I don't remember what the name of it was. I think it's probably Stars and Stripes Forever, but I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out later. But yeah, we're going to head over to Epcot. I won't do any filming at Epcot because our Epcot day is tomorrow. And then when we come back, I probably won't do any filming when we come back because we probably aren't going to be doing anything different than we've already done. And there's nothing more boring than filming something twice in one video. So, yeah, and Aiden's trying to get the rest of her Red's Revenge float. So if we do something different, we'll go and record that. Maybe if we play Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom or something like that, we will record that. But other than that, we're going to go to Epcot, and then we will, next time you see us, we might be just back at the resort. So we'll see. So, as sometimes happens while we're here, things didn't go quite according to plan. So it is now the next morning. We ended out our night last night. We went to Epcot, did a little bit of exploring. We rode Journey into Imagination with Figment. We didn't get to meet Ralph and Penelope. We're going to try to do that today because they were closing down. We had dinner at La Cantina de San Angel in Mexico, which was really good. And then we didn't go back to Magic Kingdom. We were tired and a headache, and so we just went straight back to the resort and did some swimming.
Yeah.
We swam on the in the kiddie area and the splash pad, and then we went into the big pool right over here. So it was not a bad way to end the night. It just wasn't quite what we had originally intended, but you know, you kind of just gotta go with the flow while you're here.
Yeah.
And not let it stress you out too bad, because otherwise you're gonna end up having a bad time. So with that being said, we will see you next time.